Thank you for choosing ActivePlay, and welcome to the 9-foot Geodome assembly video. Before assembling your Geodome, make sure you have all the parts listed in the manual. There is a cardboard diagram to help you determine the different sizes of the tubes. The 9-foot Geodome does require 2 people for assembly. We have provided tools to help with assembly, but if you have your own tools, you are more than welcome to use them. First, please register the product warranty for your Geodome at skywalkertrampolines.com. Before we start assembling, you will need to remember the curve on all tubes will face inward, and when adding additional tubes, they will attach on the outside. Working in a circle, connect a number 1 tube to another number 1 tube. Lightly tighten the tubes together with bolts, washers, and nuts until you have the bottom ring of the Geodome. Remove a nut and place 2 number 2 tubes onto the bolts in front of the tubes on the bottom ring, making sure the curve is facing in. Place a washer and lightly replace the nut. The 2 number 2 tubes should form a V. When you attach the next 2 number 2 tubes, it will form a triangle. Continue attaching until all 20 number 2 tubes are connected to the bottom ring of the Geodome. Now lightly attach number 3 tubes where the number 2 tubes meet using bolts, washers, and nuts. Remove a nut from one of the bolts you just placed. Put a number 2 tube onto the bolt and lightly tighten the nut. Add another number 2 tube directly to the left. Make sure the 2 tubes lean in towards each other to form a triangle. Skip a bar and place another 2 number 2 tubes. Do this until you have 5 triangles assembled. Now remove a nut from a bolt you just placed and place a number 4 tube onto the bolt. Lean the bar into the open space between the number 2 tubes. Add a washer on top and lightly replace the nut. Continue attaching all 10 number 4 tubes. Using a number 4 tube, attach one side of the tube to a number 4 tube triangle section only. Add another number 4 tube facing the other way. Use a bolt, washer, and nut to lightly tighten the tubes together. Continue attaching the remaining number 4 tubes at every other intersection. Now you will attach the other side of the number 4 tubes to the number 2 tubes with bolts, washers, and nuts. Continue until you have attached all the tubes with bolts to the intersections, completing the 3rd ring of the Geodome. Make sure the different bolts are alternating. Remove a nut from a smaller bolt of the 3rd ring and place a number 5 tube onto the bolt. Add a washer and lightly replace the nuts. Now, remove a nut from a bigger bolt directly to the right and place a number 2 tube onto the bolt. Lightly replace the nut. Repeat this process until you have 5 triangles formed with a bar skipped in between them. Directly to the left of a number 5 tube, remove the nut and attach another number 2 tube onto the bolt. Add a washer and lightly replace the nut. Angle the number 2 tube to meet the number 5 tube in the middle to form a triangle. Continue attaching until you have attached all 5 number 2 tubes. With the triangle you formed in the last step, add a number 6 tube. Lightly attach the tubes with a bolt and nut. Continue connecting the triangles with number 6 tubes. Remove a nut from the 4th ring and place a number 4 tube onto the bolt. Add a washer and lightly replace the nut. Continue until all number 4 tubes have been placed. Angle the number 4 tubes to meet at the top of the Geodome. Lastly, connect the top of the Geodome by placing a bolt through all 5 number 4 tubes. Secure with a nut and 2 washers. Go ahead and tighten all of the nuts on the Geodome. Congratulations on completing the assembly of your ActivePlay Geodome. This may not have been the easiest thing you've ever done, but you did it, and we couldn't be more proud. For more information, please visit our website, skywalkertrampolines.com, or follow us on social media.